Thank you for the hydrate check, Radders. And hello, Radders. And Oscar and Enchal, of course. And Shard, hello. Oh, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. And no drop frames so far, so I'm happy. I did forget to turn on the pre-rolls, so I think some people might be a little bit stuck there, which makes me feel bad because I forgot. I'm clearly out of practice, just a little bit out of practice here. And I'm gonna redeem that as well so that no one else can see it. No drop frames, PogChamp. Is that gonna be your new PogChamp, is it, Oscar? Hey, Squishy Doo! Oh, I'm hoping we can get into the story reading a little bit faster this time around. So, of course, we're gonna go to this page because I'm gonna be reading again. Welcome back to Twitch. Thank you, Squishy. I did see, I missed another one of your streams. I did drop you a follow, so hopefully I will be able to catch the next one. Was it Leaf Green? Leaf Green Randomized Nuzlocke or something? Yeah, I'm still not sure if we're going to be doing... I've done 2 ROMs actually for Soul Silver. I've done a normal one and a randomized one, and I'm going to ask people which one they want to see, so I'm excited. If they don't fix the PogChamp, it is going to be my new one. Oh no. Well, one thing I can tell you about editing this chapter is that I enjoyed it a lot more. The action is starting to slowly creep in, which is exciting, and actually what we should be doing first. Stream Raiders! So I will have to have the stream be kind of short because I've got a job interview this afternoon on the phone. So first one in like forever and ever. So yeah, that's exciting. Very, very exciting. Oh, this is one of the treasure chest ones. Hang on, let me check my quests. Thanks, guys. I'm a little bit nervous. It's for a data analyst / admin position, so I need to place 3 busters. That kind of sucks. Why would you want the captain to place a buster? If I place it for the first 3, that should be fine, shouldn't it? Hopefully. Oh, that's annoying. Hopefully I'll get a few if I place them there. You don't really want the captain to die straight off though, do you? Cammy, hello! How are you? Yes, we have me. 'Tis I. How have you been, Cammy? I feel like I haven't seen you around recently. Oh, because you're streaming a lot less at the moment as well, aren't you? I think you said you were streaming this morning, but you must have finished by the time I got up, because there was no Cammy stream. Nuzlocke has been complete chaos so far. Every time I insinuate it's going well, something dies. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. This is the new PogChamp, I'm pretty sure. Yep, the Komodo hype. Thank you, Squishy, for placing Epic Nightmare Centurion on the battlefield. Oh, you caught the end of the Cammy stream. Oh, lucky Enchal. Some abomination and disrespect on the PogChamp. I mean, gotta be honest, it was voted in. I mean, you look at Brexit and then you think, does voting really matter? But then, you know, what can you do, right? It is what it is. Nothing can be done about that. Anyway, gonna try and get into the book in a minute. Did a shorter stream, but I'm glad I could see you. I've been scheming. That is, you do say scheming. Yeah, I think that's right. A lot, so I haven't been able to watch too many people around this time. Oh, bless you, Cammy. Are you trying to do shorter streams in general? Because you did your 25-hour stream, didn't you? That must have taken a lot out of you. I'm really happy that you popped into the stream, even if you do end up lurking or heading back out. I really appreciate you popping in. It's always really nice to talk to you and to see you as well. Thank you, kept placing Epic Monk on the battlefield. Wait, did my bunny react to that? I haven't done it for... Dawn. Okay, I think I had the bunny set up, but I have got a cooldown because obviously like 5 people write at the same time. I don't know if the bunny said it. I'm hoping he did. I guess we'll see in future when the next person places an Epic Monk. Voting because it was the best of the horrible options. Oh, were the other ones garbage? What kind of options were the other ones then? Oh, okay. Also, how is the quality? I have still got it on 30 FPS. Because I didn't want to risk my internet dying halfway through again. Depending on how well this goes, I might keep it at 30. Looks great to me. Perfect. You look great to me, Squishy Doo. Oh, that's awesome. I think the main issues with my time at Porsche was when we were zoomed in the mines. I did go back and check the footage last Monday, and that's the only real issue that I ended up seeing. Like, when we were outside, out and about, it didn't look too bad to me. And obviously, like, Stardew, Monster Sanctuary as well, they're all kind of low graphic games, so it should hopefully be fine. Anyway, I guess I should start reading. Oh yeah, if anyone, again, wants to read along. Chapter 3 we are on now. If people, I'll ask again afterwards, but if anyone else wants the next chapter, I will get that community challenge up again for next stream. Wanting to reduce my time to like 4 to 6 hours per stream. I'm doing a lot better. I tend to relapse on an awful sleep schedule, so I'm really trying to work on it. It got real bad, so just trying to get it at least not entirely awful. Oh, bless you, Karen. I think like 4 to 6 hours. I think that's what I tend to stick to myself. Like most of my streams, because the stream rates tend to go about 5 hours now, and I think that's a comfortable amount. Obviously, if you want to go a bit longer, there's nothing stopping you. I mean, the main thing that stops me going past 7 hours is dinner, because I start streaming 11 AM, we have dinner at 6 PM, so I can't really go longer than 7 hours unless I plan it. Thank you, Leeds, placing an epic mystic rogue on the battlefield. I appreciate it. That was far too smooth. Right, thank you. Did the bunny respond to it? I don't think he did. Did I not set that up properly? I'm sad now, but thank you, Enter, for placing an epic monk on the battlefield. I'm glad it was smooth though. Also, one thing I've noted. Oh wait, does it say 37? Hang on. It says 37 on the screen there, right? Oh, it's up to... Ah, okay. So it said 43 before. Now it says 37, so it must update at the start of every stream. I was so confused because I didn't know how to change that. But I'm glad it seems to be automated. Epic monk. I don't think the bunny's responding, which makes me really sad because I had him do like a whole little thing in some places an epic monk. Oh. Plenty of respect for 4 to 6 hour streams, Cammy. It's no joke talking for that long. Yeah, it's like I say to a lot of people, I started out with 3 hours. Oh, fart noise. Oh, bless you, Cammy. And Abby with the subscription. Oh my god, thank you. Did that end up playing? Yeah, there we go. Oh, bless you. Oops, my hand slipped. I need to turn on the text-to-speech, but thank you so much. That's really sweet of you both. Yeah, I'm sorry, Cammy. I've taken off the sound alerts just for a few days. Because I wasn't... Well, yeah, I explained it in the little sound. It's really sweet that you still cheered the bit, so thank you. That was totally unexpected and very much appreciated. You are an angel, as always. But yeah, like the 3 hour streams, I had to build up from that. I struggled with 3 hours at the start. I gotcha. Hang on. I'll do it just for you, Cammy. How was that? Was that... Oh, hang on. I can do fart noises with my hands, listen. Oh, wait. Was that worth the 25 bits? I don't know how much of that, how that sounds even, so I hope it didn't sound awful. I even see if I might. Best time to come in. Well, now my glasses are fogging up because that was a little bit embarrassing. Gotta get to a meeting soon, but wanted to pop in quickly before that. Oh, bless you, Abby. I guess I should start reading now before you have to head out. Do that in your interview and you're in. It's actually Seb just farting while pretending it was her hands. 10 out of 10. That's a whole can of beans right there. I actually did that once. It's so not like my previous boyfriend. So my last boyfriend's relationship that I was in a relationship in with 4 years ago. It was his birthday, and we were sat at the table and had my hands under the table at the under the dinner table, and I just went like, and then everyone looked at me, and I just went like, I was just doing this. And I did it at school. Everyone wanted to do it too. But yeah, thank you so much for the bits, Cammy, and for the sub, Abby. You really didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate it. Thank you, Cookie Crumbs, placing Epic Diamond Ancient Rogue on the battlefield. Now prepare all you need and wait for a good audience to gather. I'll check from the VOD or YouTube the parts I missed. Yeah, I still need to start uploading them on YouTube, actually. I was debating, like, uploading, I don't know, all the bit before the reading and cutting off after the reading. If people want just the book, maybe I'll do, like, a proper edited version, not live. But I'll have to see. I'm not sure about that yet. But yeah, we don't wanna wait too long, I guess. We wanna get into Stardew at some point soon. Thank you for the lurk, Abby. And thank you, Blue Dinkleberry, for placing Epic Rogue on the battlefield. It's not a reading stream, it's starting with a reading stream. So I've written my own books. I'll just post the link here. They're nothing special, but people wanted me to read them aloud on stream. So we got community challenges going on at the moment. Nothing at the moment, because I always like to read it, and then if people like it, put the community challenge up on the next stream. But we're on chapter 3 at the moment. So yeah, this one is a romance teen fiction. The second one, Robin Souls, is I wouldn't even say it's a fantasy romance. I just say it's like fantasy based. But yeah, people are wanting me to read chapter 3. So if people like chapter 3, I will start the community challenge for chapter 4 tomorrow. Does anyone want to pet like my little rabbit? I like this. I'm like at the perfect height to just pat him on the head when he's dancing around. Oh, alright. I think this one, yeah, this one's about 1400 words. So I tend to make my chapters normally about 2k words. So this one is a little bit shorter. But yeah, I think, like I said, it's more action-packed than the others were. So I think I'm a bit more excited for this one. So yeah, I will get right into it. So if anyone wants to read along, link is the first one in chat, and it's chapter 3. I think I did update it. I think I did. I hope I did. But I guess we will find out if anyone does read along. It's like, wait, this doesn't quite match up. Anyway, yeah, another thing is, if anyone here hasn't been here for a chapter reading before, I don't read chat while reading, just to, you know, keep the flow going, stuff like that. So I'll read everything afterwards. If you want to drop in, oh my god, that was amazing, or whatever, then feel free to do so, but I won't read it until afterwards. I'm sure none of you will think, oh my god, that's amazing, especially not this early on. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling, and I'm gonna get right into it. As always, I do appreciate you guys being here. You guys are awesome, and yeah, I will start now with my very awkward reading. Actually, let me have a drink first because I gotta procrastinate just a little bit longer. I just also realised it's raining in Stardew, so we got like you hear like the pitter patter of the raindrops, which is very atmospheric, even though the day in the chapter is sunny. Anyway, I guess I'll start reading. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And I've got my little note on the screen. Alrighty. Sky didn't speak on her journey back I've already started incorrectly. Sky didn't speak on the journey back, and instead sulked around in silence as she listened to the conversation between her father and the driver. To avoid attention wherever they went, Sky's parents had normal cars instead of limousines, so to avoid having to sit next to each other, her father would opt to sit in the front seat, leaving her to stare holes in the back of his head. As soon as the driver pulled up to the front door, Sky opened her door without waiting for the chauffeur, and walked towards the house with a determined air, determined not to be near her father more than was necessary. Sky! She heard her father shout from behind her. She lifted a hand in farewell. Goodbye, father! She shouted back with an air of finality, leaving her father no choice but to let her go. Sky lowered her hand as she walked past the maids, who opened the front door for her entry and made a direct beeline for her room. As she walked along the landing, she spotted her father walking through the front door, and they shot at each other in an unsatisfied glance as the maids rushed to aid him. Immediately, and predictably, he made his way straight to the office with his butler in tow. Sky scoffed in annoyance. The only reason he ever came home was for the office. Why did her parents even bother keeping this giant mansion with no one in but her and the staff? As soon as she entered her room, she slammed the door shut behind her to let the household know she didn't want to be disturbed. With a sigh, she got out of the tattered dress and put on her more comfortable attire, which was more suited to her room. Unsure whether to get the dress washed or to throw it out, she dropped it in front of her door to let the next maid decide what to do with it. Who knows, maybe she'd even keep it for herself. Skye decided it was no concern of hers anymore. Realizing the day so far had been displeasing, she turned on some music and practiced some of her fighting moves. In no time, 3 hours had passed, and she only checked the time when she heard a rush of noises outside of her room. She was confused why the maids were anxiously whispering and rushing around outside, but decided if it was a fire they would either come and get her no matter how little she wished to be disturbed, or she would just get to it when it comes and help herself. That doesn't make much sense to me, oh well. She trained for a little longer when the noises finally died down. Deciding she'd finally had enough of training, she opted to go for a run. Turning off her music, she went over to her window, for this was her way of getting out when she couldn't be bothered interacting with anyone. For a moment the sun blinded her as she opened the window, but she quickly regained her vision and manoeuvred her way down, with the rope hidden amongst the ivy. With a small oof, she landed undamaged at the bottom and brushed herself off. She turned towards the fountain, her eyes came into contact with an unrecognizable pair of other eyes. Someone she didn't know was standing in her garden. Realizing what this could mean, she rushed over and balled the front of his shirt up in her fist. "What are you doing here? What do you want?" she asked threateningly. As she stood in front of him, she realized how much lower he was than her, how much shorter he was. As she waited for an answer from the stranger, all the stranger could think of was what a strange individual this girl was. First scaling down the side of her own home and then marching over and threatening him. All she got from him was raised eyebrows. "Ah, I see you've met," James said as he made his way over to them with his butler at his side, observing the two with interest. Skye dropped her fists and retreated as soon as she heard her father's voice. "Skye, this is Mason. Mason, this is Skye." "Mason? Who's Mason? And why is he here?" Skye asked, shooting another look at him. "As you can see, he is Mason," her father stated matter-of-factly. "He's here because we're doing a favour for a family friend." "Ah," Skye nodded. "Of course they wouldn't send someone like him to mess with me on my turf, that's common sense," she whispered to herself, still nodding her head in understanding as she looked him over once more. "What did you say?" I can't do like 2 different male voices, Mason asked, with no one able to catch Skye's words. Skye clapped her hands together in front of her, satisfied with this turnout of events. "Nothing." "Skye," James said, calling for attention, and he got it from her, albeit it didn't seem interested. "I want you to show Mason to his room. It's the one between yours and the stairs." "Me?" she asked in disbelief. "Me?" she repeated when her father nodded. Skye scoffed. "What on earth do we have all this staff for if you're making me do these tasks?" James's stare was unwavering, and she knew she couldn't win against him. She shot a glare at him in response. "You," she said, shooting a look over at Mason. "Follow me, and keep up, because I will not slow down." Without another word, she stormed off to the front of the house, and did indeed leave Mason behind without regard to his shorter stature. Her being unaware of it, Mason and James exchanged a glance of understanding before the young man raced off after the girl, who was already far in the distance. "You really think this is going to work?" Michael asked James in a hushed tone as both men looked after the rebellious girl. "It's one of, if not the last chance we're going to get, so I'm going to hope for the best," James responded. "Prepare the car, Michael. I'm going to head off again." "Of course, sir." Around the front of the house, Skye was waiting for an out-of-breath Michael? Did I not save this? Mason to appear before her. "Took long enough," she said when he finally arrived. "Is this all your stuff?" Mason was too out of breath to respond, so he just nodded, no matter how much he wanted to retort. "Fine." Without complaint, Skye shouldered the big rucksack and took a wheel luggage in each hand. "You handled the last one?" she asked him. He looked at her like she was crazy. Surely she couldn't carry all of that up the front steps. He nodded again in response to her question. "Good. Follow me." To his disbelief, not only did she carry all of his stuff up the front steps, but the second set of steps up to his room indoors as well. While he was still struggling with his large last suitcase, she was already at the top. She turned to look at him. "Alright, fair enough. I did leave with the biggest one. Do you want me to help?" Although it appeared like she was offering kind help, in reality she just wanted to show off her strength. and let him know he couldn't intimidate her with a sudden presence in her home. Mason shook his head to prevent her stealing his manulus, and Sky just shrugged her shoulders. Suit yourself. Not leaving Mason enough time to change his mind, she dragged his stuff, the last remaining meters, into the room next to hers. To her surprise, it was organised and clean. When had they managed that? In the time it took for her to take in the room, Mason had dragged the suitcase up the stairs and joined her. Breathing heavily. She slid the rucksack off her shoulder and was just turning to leave when she stopped momentarily next to Mason, who was still standing breathless at the entrance. Confused, he turned to look at her just as she turned to face him. The fact he had to look up and she down at him caused her to let out a chuckle, and with a last shake of her head and smile on her face, she left him alone in his new room.